The Samaveda, Kanda 4, Prapathaka 2, Ardha 2, Dasata 4221 Soma Pavamana, 3 verses. These rapid Soma drops have been poured through the purifying sieve to bring us all felicities, dispelling manifold mishap, giving the courser's progeny, yea, and the warrior steeds success, bringing prosperity to kine. They pour perpetual strengthening food on us for noble eulogy. Some things happen to us so that we may worship more, or know how to worship. Dasata 4222 Soma Pavamana, 3 verses. King Pavamana is implored with holy songs on man's behalf to travel through the realm of air, pressed for the banquet of the gods. O Soma, bring us might and speed, like beauty for a brilliant show. Bring us, O Indu, hundredfold increase of kine and noble steeds, the gift of fortune for our help. And they probably mean light beings, what we'd call angels in the West, when they say the word gods. And there's a lot of using the priesthoods to demonize the king, or give the king some, give the kingdom, because things are done through multiple generations, a divinely sanctioned role. Like if you don't approve, well, God approves of the role. It's like, just because God doesn't stop human beings from doing something doesn't mean that, Dasata 4223 Soma Pavamana, 4 verses. With sacrifice we seek to thee, fair cherisher of manly might, and mansions of the lofty heavens, drink gladdening, crushing of the bold, praiseworthy with most mighty sway, destroyer of 100 forts, hence riches came to thee, the king, O sapient one, the strong-winged bird, unwearied, brought thee from the sky, and now sent forth, he hath attained to mighty power and majesty, active and ready to assist, that each may see the light. The bird brought us the guard of law, the friend, O fall, the speeder through the air. And training birds, I don't know if that's going to continue to fall and just remain something that people don't really do, or whether it's going to revive itself again. Dasata 4224 Soma Pavamana, 3 verses. For food flow onward, with thy stream, cleansed and made bright by sapient men, endue with sheen approach the milk. While thou art cleansed, song-lover, bring comfort and vigor to the folk. Poured tawny one on milk and curds, purified for feast of gods, go thou to Indra's resting place, resplendent, furthered by the strong. Now, there obviously was a time when the Ganges and all those other rivers over there weren't polluted. Dasata 4225. Three verses. By Agna, Agna is inflamed, lord of the house, wise, young, who bears our gifts. The ladle is his mouth. God Agna be his sure defense, who, Lord of sacrificial gifts, worshipeth thee, the messenger. Be gracious, brilliant God, to him who, rich in sacred gifts, would fain call Agna to the feast of gods. And it's only fit that the messenger becomes, part of the proceedings. And by messenger, I don't mean the prophet. I mean, those who convey the message between one group and another group. Dasata 4226, because that's the role of Agna. Mitra Varuna, 3 verses. Mitra of holy strength I call, and foe-destroying Varuna, who perfect prayer with offered oil. By law, O Mitra, Varuna, law strengtheners, who cleave to law, have ye obtained your lofty power? The sages Mitra, Varuna, of wide dominion, mighty ones, bestow on us effectual strength. And not only through charity, scent offerings, that sort of stuff, but otherwise, we think we do a good ritual, but let's work on perfecting our rituals, even, the ones that we don't repeat. Dasata 4227, 3 verses. So mayest thou verily be seen coming with fearless Indra, both of equal splendor, bringing bliss. Thereafter they, as is their wont, resume the state of newborn babes, taking their sacrificial name. Thou, Indra, with the rapid gods, who shatter even what is firm, even in the cave, didst find the cows. Well, I guess cows and stuff like that might go and hide in a cave. I've just never seen it. Oh, they'll certainly go into a barn. But, they talk about cow protection. It's like, yeah, they protect them from the wolves and stuff and eat them themselves. Dasata 4228, Indra Agna, 3 verses. I call the twain, whose deed wrought here hath all been famed in ancient time. Indra and Agna, harm us not. The strong, the scatterers of the foe, Indra and Agna we invoke. May they be kind to one like me. Ye slay our Arya foes, O lords of heroes, slay our Dasa foes. Ye drive all enemies away. And let us remember that it's not all just pleasantries, that there is reason to fear the divine side. Dasata 4229, Soma Pavamana, 3 verses. The living drops of Soma juice pour. As they flow, the gladdening drink. Intelligent drops. Above the station of the sea, exhilarating, dropping meath. May Pavamana, king and god, speed with his wave over the sea. The lofty right, do thou by Mitra's and by Varuna's decree, flow, furthering the lofty right, far seeing, lovely, guided by the men, the god whose habitation is the sea. The sea, for many, represents an unconsciousness, a present undefinableness. Dasata 4:2-10, Soma Papamana. 3 verses. 3 are the voices that the car steed utters. He speaks the lore of prayer, the thought of order. To the cow's master come, the cows inquiring, the hymns with eager longing come to Soma. To Soma come the cows, the milch kine longing. To Soma sages with their hymns inquiring. Soma effused is purified and lauded. Our hymns and Trishtub songs unite in Soma. Thus, Soma, as we pour thee into vessels, while thou art purified, flow for our welfare, pass into Indra with great joy and rapture. Make the voice swell and generate abundance. And rituals form a cohesiveness. The different things that you say connect to each other, or they should somehow connect to each other. And the physical actions, well, I mean, speaking is a physical action, but you know what I mean. Dasata 4:2-11. 2 verses. O Indra, if 100 heavens and if 100 earths were thine, no, not 100 suns could match thee at thy birth. Not both the worlds, O Thunderer. Thou hero hast performed thy hero deeds with might, yea, all with strength. O strongest one, Magaban, help us to a stable full of kine, O Thunderer, with wondrous aids. Elsewhere we find out that, it's like there's countless universes. But even at the beginning of this universe, no comparison even in terms of this universe, let alone what happened later. Dasata 4:2-12. Indra, 3 verses. We compass thee like water. We, whose grass is trimmed and Soma pressed, here where the filter pours its stream, thy worshippers round thee, O Vritra slayer, sit. Men, Vasu, by the Soma with lauds, call thee to the foremost place. When cometh he athirst, unto the juice as home, O Indra, like a bellowing bull. O valiant hero, boldly win thousandfold spoil. with Kanda's sons. O active Magavan, with eager prayer we crave the yellow-hued, with store of kine. And we could say that it's not drunk or eaten because, the offerings stay where they are, right? But the idea is that God, or whatever is being worshipped, wants what is being offered, is pleased by it. Dasata 4:22-13, Indra, 2 verses. With plenty for his true ally, the active man will gain the spoil. Your Indra much invoked, I bend with song, as bends a right, his wheel of solid wood. They who bestow great riches love not paltry praise. Wealth comes not to the stingy churl. Light is the task to give, O Magavan, to one like me on the decisive day. Now, the more disciplined and stuff you become, the easier your actual tasks are, even if they are more difficult than others. Dasata 4:22-14, Soma Pavamana, 3 verses. 3 several words are uttered. Kine are lowing cows, who give the milk. The tawny-hued goes bellowing on. The young and sacred mothers of the holy rite have uttered praise, embellishing the child of heaven. From every side, O Soma, for our prophet, pour thou forth for seas, filled full of riches thousandfold. The child, even, and the mother archetypes tend to be underappreciated in this culture. Now, people talk about baby Jesus and all that stuff, but still, even there, when they're, you don't have to gender or family-lize divinity, and I'm not saying to at all. I'm just saying that, those sides of mythology tend to be neglected in the West. Dasata 4:22-15, Soma Pavamana, 3 verses. The Somas very rich in sweets, for which the sieve is destined, flow effused, the source of Indra's joy. May you strong juices reach the gods. Indu flows on for Indra's sake. Thus have the deities declared. The Lord of speech exerts himself, controller of all power and might, inciter of the voice of song. With thousand streams the ocean flows. Even Soma, Lord of opulence, the friend of Indra, day by day. And just like there's that repeatedness in nature, or creation, or whatever you're going to say, so should we be repetitive or returning about our acts of worship. Dasata 4:22-16, Soma Pavamana, 3 verses. Spread is thy cleansing filter, Brahmanaspata, as prince thou enterest its limbs from every side. The raw whose mass hath not been heated, gains not this. They only which are dressed, which bear attain to it, high in the seat of heaven, is placed the scorcher's sieve. Its threads are standing separate, glittering with light. The swift ones favor him who purifieth thee. With brilliancy they mount up to the height of heaven. The foremost spotted steer, hath made the mornings shine. He bellows fain for war among created things. By his high wisdom have the mighty sages wrought. The fathers who behold mankind laid down the germ. And people talk about particular centers and raising the consciousness and all that stuff, but you're using all the centers. And the divine presence and the rest comes in or out of every, part, not just one. I mean, bodily awareness exercises are important, but Dasata 4:2-17, Agna, 2 verses. Sing forth the hymn, the holy, most magnificent, sublime with his refulgent glow, to Agna ye upastutas, worshipped with gifts, enkindled splendid, Maghavan shall win himself heroic fame, and will not his more plentified benevolence come to us with abundant strength. Dasata 4:2-18. And, well, what we ask for, let us remember not to limit it to what we think we might need. Make it for what we think, what. Dasata 4:2-18, Indra, 3 verses. We sing the strong and wild delight of thine, which the conquerors in the fray, which, caster of the stone, gives room and shines like gold, wherewith thou, fondest shining, lights for Ayu and for Manu's sake. Now joying in this sacred grass, thou beamest forth. This day too, singers of the hymn praise as of old this might of thine, when thou the waters every day, thralls of the strong. You may have accomplished great things in the past, but what are you going to do in the future? Dasata 4:2-19, Indra, 3 verses. O Indra, heat, Tarathcha's call, the call of him who serveth thee. Satisfy him with wealth of kine and valiant offspring. Great art thou, for he, O Indra, hath produced for thee the newest gladdening song, a hymn that springs from careful drop thought, ancient and full of sacred truth, that Indra we will laud, whom songs and hymns of praise have magnified. Striving to win, we celebrate his many deeds of hero might. And some of my comments agree with the passage, some of them don't. But it's what I think when I come to that sort of thing. And we see the implication that from thought, comes more than thought. While thought comes word, and deed comes from that, but we find the truth among the thoughts. Just because we've thought something or felt something, yeah, the truth is that we've thought or felt it, but that doesn't make it the truth. Don't let the fact that I've talked about a couple groups here or there fool you into thinking that I believe that, oh, if you've believed it, it's true, or, your truth, like, It's like, well, yeah, that sort of way of speaking isn't